I think it is absolutely ridiculous how completely and utterly deified college is in the eyes of like older generations because like it's a complete scam, dog. It's a complete scam. I'm on a college campus right now, okay? And I go into the bathroom and there's two faucets, right? So I use the bathroom, go to wash my hands at the faucet. There's two faucets. The one on the right is literally just missing a handle, and the one on the left is missing a soap dispenser. And I'm like, that's not that big a deal. Like, it's not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. Like, okay, who cares? But, like, dude, tuition is like thousands of dollars. I think the tuition here is like $12,500 a semester, bro. It's like 24 grand a year. What are y'all using my money for? What are they using the money for? And then it just gets you wondering, like, okay, so I'm paying copious amounts of money, which, by the way, also apparently $24,000 a year is like chump change. Like some colleges charge way more than that, right? And you just wonder, like, okay, so they're not actually using the money to make sure that the environment is in any way meaningfully like presentable. So what are they using the money for? I have no idea. Hopefully paying their professors a living wage. Hopefully, right? You can hope, but you have no idea. But it really does get me thinking, like, okay, what are they spending? What are they using my money for? Why do I have to spend so much money to then go to a school where literally the bathroom is in complete shambles, right? It's in disarray. Like, your campus is in disarray and you're still charging me a freaking arm and a leg. Like, I don't make $24,000 in a year and you're expecting me to pay it. Like, I'm on financial aid and whatnot, so I'm in a situation where it's like I don't have to pay that much money, but it's still the fact that the tuition is that much is insane to me. And then you think, like, okay, what is college actually training you to do? I have no idea what they're training me to do. I tell you that right now, because I mean, in my English class, right, my writing class, that's something I can't stand, is how much classes put an emphasis on academic sources. And it's like I literally got a low grade, not a low grade, it was like a mid B, which is fine, but like the professor docked points because I didn't have enough sources, like academic sources. And it's like, look, grade me based off of the strength of my argument. Okay, and he's literally said that he's grading us off of the strength of our arguments. But then he says, yeah, there weren't enough academic sources. Like, I would like to see some other thinkers saying what you're saying. And I'm like, why does that matter? Why does that matter at all? I'm saying it. I'm saying it, and it has logical soundness, right? It's rational, it's logical, it's sound, it's valid argument, right? Why do I need to have other people who have already like why do I need academic people to say what I'm saying for it to be considered a good argument? Like, that's asinine. Like, are you serious right now? Like, just because it's only me saying it means it's wrong? That's not accurate. So what is the point? Why do I need academic sources? And like, I understand to an extent. Like, I understand, like, okay, you want to make sure that you have other people saying what you're saying. Maybe they elaborate more than you do. Like, I understand all that, but like, if you're gonna grade me on the strength of my argument, why are you asking me to have other people make the argument for me? It really strikes me as just it's not teaching us critical thinking. It's not teaching us to actually have our own thoughts, have our own arguments. It's literally training us to go to the figure of authority and have them think for you. That's literally what college is training you to do, right? So you're charged an arm and a leg to get taught how to not think, and then you go out into the workforce, which is, I've already made a video talking about how completely and utterly dehumanizing a term the workforce is to describe people, human beings. And then you have to use this degree in order to get a job literally anywhere. Even if your degree isn't actually in the field that you got the degree, like even if the job that you're going for isn't in the field, you still need the degree. Like they're not gonna hire. Like if I have on the job training, but I don't have a degree, but you have a degree in something completely unrelated, you're more likely to get that job just because you have a degree. But then at the same time, the job market is utter trash, and people who have degrees still aren't getting jobs in that field. And it's just like, why am I even doing this? What's the point? Like, what is literally the point of college? Like, I get there are definitely some fields where you should be like really you should learn the ropes before you get into it, like being a doctor. 100% go to school, right? I'm not saying you should learn how to be a doctor from YouTube videos, right? That's not what I'm saying. But at the same time, like if you're not trying to be a doctor, you're not like why do I need 4 years of school to get a job as a manager? Like the fact that management classes are even a freaking thing. Like I tell you, I took management class a couple of semesters ago, and we spent the majority of the time talking about management theories. What is the point of a management theory? What is the point of a management theory? Like genuinely, because the way I see it, if you want to learn how to effectively manage people, you interact with the people and you manage them. You talk to them and try to learn the best ways to motivate them and learn the best ways to communicate with them. Right? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, literally, there's so many different management theories. And there's always the caveat that, like, oh, everybody's different. What's even the point of learning about them then? There's literally no point. Because if I'm talking with two people and I find that one of them is motivated by, external reward and the other is motivated by competition, and I'm going to say, oh, well, this sounds like this guy's motivated by the management theory X, and this guy is motivated more by Maslow's hierarchy. Like, bro, what the heck? What are you talking about? No, I'm not going to remember any of that. It doesn't matter. Like, what is the point of learning about management theories? There's no point to it. There's no point to any of it. And I'm just really like, it just gets my goat. Or gets my goat. I forget what the term is, but it really riles me up when the older generation is like, no, you got to go to college. You got to get a degree. It's so important. It's so valuable. You're getting such a good time. You're getting such a good experience going to college. You're learning so much. I'm like, no, I'm actively checked out of my classes by now. I'm literally actively checked out. I mean, I'm completely burnt out. I haven't learned a single thing in months, dog. And of course, I'm being hyperbolous, but really, it's just like, okay, best case scenario, the stuff is relevant, but completely useless, right? You know what I mean? Like, okay, yes, technically, management theories is relevant to the field of management, but is there any actual reason to know this stuff? Is there any reason to actually know the theories? Because it's people, dog. It's literally people. You talk to them and you figure out what motivates them. And like, yeah, okay, is it helpful to know that some people are motivated by certain things? Like, yeah, sure, but we don't need a whole freaking 16-week course to talk about that. We don't need that much time spent talking about that. It's not important. It's not that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It literally, like, okay, you could spend, like, that, this could be, like, one single seminar. It could literally be like, a single 2 to 3 hour seminar. Like, that's literally, and the thing is, it is, though. It is, because they make, you get the full freaking 4-year degree. And then when you're in the job, they also make you go to these leadership summits and crap which is all saying the same stuff. It just blows my mind. And it honestly, I'm so shocked by how much we've just been conditioned to believe that this is important in any meaningful way, right? Because, I mean, the thing is, too, you cannot tell me that the college of today is the same as the universities that we used to have, right? Like in the Middle Ages. You know, because back in those times, it was like, okay, you were an academic. The only reason you went to university was to become a professor. Like, that was literally it. Like, you became a learned man to teach. Like, that was it. Now it's like you have to go to become a learned man for everything. And again, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be educated. I'm not saying we shouldn't learn things. But that's also part of the problem, is the fact that college is not conducive to learning. I tell you, I've learned nothing from these college classes probably since I started, right? I'll be completely honest. I mean, the amount of things that I've learned does in no way correlate with the amount of time I've spent or the amount of classes I've taken. And maybe, you know what, maybe you could say that's on me, I've got an attitude problem or something, like, but I've been trying here, right? I've been trying. But the fact is, a lot of this stuff is stuff I'm already familiar with, because I watch YouTube videos about things I'm interested in. You know, I read books. I will admit, I went to like a college prep high school. So maybe I got exposed to a little bit more stuff. But the fact, like, I'm still learning about a lot of stuff. I'm already familiar with a lot of this stuff. You know? And it's like the stuff I'm not familiar with, it just strikes me like a lot of the stuff that I'm not familiar with is like, okay, why is this important? Like, I don't really see how any of this is really meaningful. And so I try to learn it, and then I do some more research outside of it, and then like, oh, okay, now I see. But like, the school doesn't teach me any of that. It just like throws random information at me. It doesn't really show me anything about why it's useful. Half the time it isn't. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's a scam. It really is, you know, just the fact that we all have been conditioned to go do it. And then, like, the prices are also astronomical, you know, because I literally, like, I saw something, like, a few months ago. It was some video. It was, like, the kid from Blue's Clues or something made a video. Like, there was some video. He, like, returned to the show. I've never watched Blue's Clues. I literally just popped up in my feed one time, like, a few months ago. And he was the kid in a kid's show. I think it was Blue's Clues, and he was grown up, and he was talking to the camera, acting like, oh, like you're the viewer, he's the character, and he's talking to you like he used to in the show, and he's talking about like, oh, look at you, you're all grown up, and he literally says like, look at you, you got student loans now. That's so great. You're grown up, and I'm like, what the heck? In what universe is taking on student loans a good thing? That's literally not a good thing. You know, the student loan is literally the worst kind of debt you could possibly have, because it doesn't even get discharged when you declare bankruptcy. Like, almost every other form of debt gets discharged when you declare bankruptcy. Student loans don't. Like, you literally cannot escape student loans. If you don't pay them off, you cannot escape them, right? And the fact that you can take out these massive amounts. I mean, think about to go to a school that charges $24,000 every single year for 4 years. That's basically $100,000. If I can't pay for that, I got to take out $100,000 in loans. And then, of course, the interest rate on a student loan payment is absolutely astronomical. You know, it's one of the highest percentages. I mean, you know, obviously their car loans are freaking ridiculous too. But like, you know, you take out a student loan, you're shackled by that for like 40 freaking years. Like, seriously. I know adults, there are full-fledged adults in my life who still have not paid off their student loans. And it's considered a good thing to have student loans. It's just, it's like a whole, just a whole thing, man. It's crazy. It really is crazy. It's honestly insane. But yeah, so that's about it. That's why I think college is a scam. Yeah. if you made it all the way to the end, as always, I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.